Hi, I'm Timmy Pacioretty, and I am the founder of Style Innovators, a community of women who find joy in creating beautiful spaces. My mission is to help women find the beauty and strength that lives inside of them to create the life that they desire. I'll bet you all know someone who owns their own successful business. But as successful as they are, it's taking a toll on them because they are so busy and they are missing out on doing the things that they love most. Maybe their relationships are suffering with their spouses or their kids. Maybe getting their kids or grandkids to soccer games is just nearly impossible. And when they do finally get there, they aren't really present. Their phone's glued to their ear, or they're constantly checking their phones for emails or answering questions. It does not have to be that way. Do you think, is it even possible to build a successful business without sacrificing the time with your family and friends? Simply, the answer is yes, and I'll tell you how. You already know that I'm a mom of triplets. In addition to that, I have a full-time professional marketing position with a software company. I also love to travel with my husband and friends, visit with my sister at the beach, and search for vintage finds on the weekends. I have a pretty full life. So when I first told my husband that I wanted to start my own business, he was worried about how this would impact our get up and go lifestyle. And to be honest, so was I. I knew I needed to be serious about finding some strategies that would work so that I could achieve my goals. So I started to incorporate some very simple strategies. The first one you already know about if you've read my 5 simple steps to increasing your happiness guide. I began a morning routine. That was probably the single most important strategy I implemented because it gave me some uninterrupted time in what is probably my most productive time of the day. And it gave me the opportunity to identify the things that I most wanted to accomplish right at the start of my day. Then I began to honestly assess how I was currently spending my time. I created a list of things that were most important to me and that were non-negotiable. In other words, nothing else could take their place. I had to do these things. Whether those were work commitments or family vacations or even Friday night date nights with my husband, going to church, whatever it was, I wanted to make sure that those were blocked out on my calendar at least a month at a time, if not further, and that nothing else would be allowed to interrupt those important non-negotiables. Then I started creating a color coding for each kind of commitment that I had. So I used yellow for work, green for family time, blue for fun, and it made it very visual and very easy for me to maintain. Make sure that when you're blocking out your calendar that you don't forget to block out your morning routine time. Now that you've done that, you'll be able to view your calendar and have a sense of where your available blocks of times are and decide how you want to use them. This is really important. Once you have a true sense of what your time is and what is really available to you, then I encourage you to set up some time on your schedule for your new business effort. Actually set up office hours where you're going to be committing to working on your new business, just like you are setting up hours for your existing job or for other important aspects of your life. By setting up office hours, you're committing yourself to grow your business. This will help you not only to keep you accountable and treat your business like a business, but it'll also give you clear boundaries so that you don't overwork or feel like you should be working whenever you have open time on your calendar. This was a big learning curve for me, because I often would feel like, well, I'm not scheduled, so I should be working on my business. And that took a toll on me, took a toll on my family and my internal feelings about the business. So it's super important. Decide what time you're going to allocate to your business and stick to it, both to make sure that you grow your business, and secondly, to make sure that you are spending the time that you need to replenish yourself. So that's my tips about how it is that you can set yourself up for success and ensure that you have the time to work on your new business, but it doesn't overtake your life. Before we move on to the next topic of our video, in our next video, I want to encourage you to do something. And that is, I want you to start making a list of all of your non-negotiables and the times and days that they happen. Then grab your calendar and start time blocking your next 4 weeks. You can use the guide that I gave you in our Simple Ways to Increase Your Happiness guide. Then look to see what time you have left over that you can use to pursue your new business. Then join me tomorrow for our next video, where I'll share that starting your own business doesn't mean you have to go it alone.